You don't want to do this all in one day. You can actually do some of it today, pause it, and come back tomorrow and finish the rest. Okay? Mary has a collection of nickels and quarters for a total value of $4.90. If she has 42 coins total, how many of each kind are there? So if we look at the final question here, what they really want to know is how many coins she has. That means how many are how many of each kind. So they want to know how many quarters does she have and how many dimes does she have. Nope, not dimes, nickels. How many quarters and how many nickels she has. So that's what our variables are going to be. So let's say Q is for quarters. Q is how many quarters she has. And N is how many nickels she has. Okay, so that's what we know right now. And then it tells us that the value she has is $4.90. Okay, and that she has 42 coins total. Okay, so this is similar to the test question that we just did on the last page. If she has 42 coins altogether, and we know that some of those coins are quarters and some of those coins are nickels, that means if I took all of her quarters and put them with all of her nickels, altogether she should have 42 coins. That's what that means. Okay. Now the other part is talking about what its value is, right? Saying when we add the value of these coins, it's actually $4.90. Well, in order to add the value, I need to know the value of these coins. We should know that the value of a quarter is 25 cents. So 25 cents for every quarter I have. Plus the value of a nickel is 5 cents, which is 0.05, 5 hundredths, 5 cents, times how many nickels I have. Okay, so this leads me to this part where now I can eliminate if I want to. Okay. So again, this is one where if you have a phone calculator or regular calculator, I suggest you use it. There are decimals. Else you're going to spend a lot of your time just multiplying decimals. I would suggest that we get rid of the quarters first. So I'm going to multiply the whole top by 25 cents, and then I'll rewrite it at the bottom. So I'm going to do parentheses, I'm going to multiply by 0.25, and then I'm going to actually rewrite it down here. So I'm going to do 0.25 quarters plus 0.25 nickels equals 0.25 times 42. So again, if you have a calculator handy, 42 times 0.25 should give you 10.50. Just like that. And then since these are the same over here, these quarters are the same, I'm going to subtract them to get rid of them, to eliminate them. So I'm going to do 25 cents minus 25 cents gives me 0 quarters. And I'm going to do 5 minus 25 cents, which means negative 0.20 cents of nickels. And I'm going to do 4.90, take away 10.50. So I know it's going to be negative because I'm taking away more than I have. I'm actually going to get negative $5.60. My last thing to do here would be to divide both sides by 0.20. And this lets me know that I actually have 28 nickels. Okay, so now that I have 28 nickels, I can figure out how many quarters I have because I know that my quarters plus my nickels together has 42 coins. And I know I have 28 nickels. So I know my quarters plus 28 nickels should be 42. I can take away how many nickels I have. And I find that my quarters is actually 14. 42 minus 28 is 14. So now I know I have 14 quarters and I have 28 nickels, and that's exactly what I want to write as my final complete sentence answer. So I would write, she has a total of 28 nickels and 14 quarters. Okay, that one is done. Again, I suggest you pause it, look down at the question on the bottom, do that on your own. If you get stuck, then play the video back until you can figure out what it is that you're missing. Once you're done with problem 2, you can unpause it. We will go on to our final example. I know it's been about 25 minutes now, which is okay because I don't expect you to do this in one sitting, so you can always leave and come back. So let's go on to that last problem. One night, a theater sold 548 movie tickets. An adult's ticket cost $6.50, and a child's ticket cost $3.50. In all, $2,881 was taken in. How many of each kind of ticket were sold? Okay, how many of each kind of ticket were sold? So again, this is a how many question. We're trying to figure out how many. Whoops, that's not a highlighter. How many? So that means when we're describing our variables or defining our variables, we should be talking about how many. Well, it says each kind of ticket. Which kinds of tickets were they selling? They were selling adult tickets and children tickets. So let's say A is how many adult tickets were sold. Which means that C is how many children's tickets were sold. Okay. If I look at this top problem, it tells me very clearly that they sold a total of 548 movie tickets. Okay. That means all the adult tickets and all of the children tickets together, there was 548 of them. So if I counted all the adult tickets and I counted all the children tickets, altogether there was 548 tickets. Okay, and then they tell me about the cost. Now an adult tickets cost $6.50. So that means $6.50 times however many adult tickets I sold plus $3.50 times however many children's tickets I sold earned the theater a total of $2,881. Okay, again, this is a system that's set up to use elimination. Right now, the smallest thing I can multiply by would be to get rid of the children's tickets because that's only 3.5. So if we look at the top here, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to multiply this top expression by 3.5. I'm going to rewrite it down at the bottom. Okay, so this means I would have, get rid of this, I would have 3.5 adult tickets plus 3.5 children's tickets, and then I'd also have to do 3.5 times 548. So again, this would be a good time to use a calculator or your phone calculator if you have it. 548 times 3.5 gives me 1,918. 1,918. Okay, I can see that these two C's are the same, so that I'm going to want to subtract. So 6.5 minus 3.5 is actually just 3. This becomes 3A. 3.5 minus 3.5 is 0, so it's just 0C equals. And 2,881 minus 1,918 is 963. 963. So this lets me know that 3A is equal to 963, and I can divide both of these by 3, and I get A equals 321. That means there was 321 adult tickets sold this night. Okay, we do also know that there was only a total of 548 tickets sold, and some of those were adult tickets and some of those were children's tickets. So I know my adult plus my children tickets was a total of 548. I also know that my adult tickets were 321 of them. So I know 321 plus my children tickets equal 548. I can subtract 321. I get my children's tickets. Whoops. My children's tickets equal, let's see, 8 minus 1 is 7, 4 minus 2 is 2, 5 minus 3 is 2. So 227 children's tickets. And then that's what I'm going to write up as my answer. The movie theater sold 321 adult tickets and 227 children's tickets.